Evening, boys and girls. Welcome to TMA Sunday Night Live. We do also suggest that you choose the topics. We will discuss them, but I think this podcast pretty much today writes itself after yesterday's festivities. After Val getting the boot and Mr. Klebs stepping in to the fray. So we'll get all your opinions through straight away for that. Just introductions as always. The man, the myth, the legend, Mubdino. The now non-Turkish immigrant, Mr. Dino, Darren the Canadian, and also Major Tom. Sorry, mate, I'll unmute you now. The intro's done. All right, boys.
Hello. Where's the kebabs?
That's a bit racist. That's a bit racist to Dino.
Yeah, no, it's not, because I didn't mention skin colour. That's racist.
He's got the Caspers over the road from where we live, isn't he?
They're on Just Eat. They're on Just Eat, apparently.
Does anyone just eat?
Say just eat.
Or just drink.
Right, so let's get all your opinions through about Tom's armpit and anything else you want to talk about. So it's a good evening. Should be a quick one. Not much has happened. Yeah, no, there's not much has really happened, mate. We're going to just talk about the game, to be honest, because I struggled to find anything. But look, I'll tell you what, big shout out to Woody yesterday for his halfway line shot. And also he scored a cultured finish as well. Fantastic finish by Woody. I've bloody more penetration in that 30 seconds of Woody hitting the back of the net than we did in the second half. But there you go. I should have brought Woody on in the second half, mate. I tell you. Evening, guys. Canadian beer of the week must have been strong. Darren's facial hair has vanished. No, I'm not even going to tell you who that is because it's bloody obvious. Mr. Terry Pearce of In Reach, one of our official partners as well. And a big shout out, just big thank you before we get on to Terry for treating the young man and the missus in the View on Wednesday as well, mate. Cheers. Thank you very much. Clevy should be given the job permanently. Another Carrick in the making. About time the lads play for him and play forward too. Right, we'll get all your opinions in a minute. Right, moves straight onto that, mate. Yeah, like we've been already told, not much happened last night, did it?
Yeah.
But what was your thoughts on it?
Firstly, good evening all. Yeah, no, not much happened last night at all. I was at a party and then got a message to say that VI had gone. How to solve a problem or two. Yeah, well done, Pozzos. You had it again. I probably shouldn't have been surprised, to be honest, the way the last 7 games have gone with only 1 win in 7. Form has dropped off massively since probably that mini run we had mid-November to part of December. Was it time for him to go? Unfortunately, I think yes. As much as I have backed him, and I've said he should be given a chance, but the January transfer window was his undoing. Didn't get any players in. If it's true what Andrew French has put in the Watford Observer, he made a rod for his own back by not recruiting and going for like other like-minded players that were available, which was a shame. So yeah, I think in a way it's unfortunately it was inevitable, and I know the first half of yesterday was fantastic, probably the best 45 minutes we'd played in God knows how many months, apart from that silly ass goalkeeper of ours who just does not know what he's doing, giving away a stupid penalty because he didn't need to do it. But yeah, that was, I think he needed to win to keep his job, and subsequently we lost. So it was, au revoir VI in a big old way. But yeah, I think the Pozzos have got this one right this time. So yeah, I'm gonna pass it across.
Do you know?
What, got it right? What for the 22nd time? They finally got it right. I think that's how many I counted recently. It's fucking ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
It's such a shame because that's probably the best we played that first half all season. It was shot after shot. It was entertaining, apart from Batman again. Well, he always thought we lost, you know, but
It's Liverpool's
I'm afraid
fault.
it was time. Yeah, Livermore's fault. Well,
Yeah.
we look
Somehow he weren't even on
bloody
the pitch.
terrible to say. I don't get how a team can play. I don't get how you can play so well in the first half and then go to pieces just because her team equalises. I just don't get it. They really let Bale down again. It's the same old crap. You could get Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp in. It won't change this shower of shit we got as a squad. Like I said, you can't polish a turd, can you? And that's the problem we've got at the moment. Cleverly, he'd do no better. Let's be honest with you. You know, I hope he does. Give him the chance. But what, are they going to really listen to him? You know, he was a great player for us, brilliant midfielder. But I really don't know. I hate to say it. I think, imagine if we did get relegated. I'm not, you know, it can happen now. What's that? 1 win in 8 at home. It's there's only one way you're going to go if you keep doing this, and that's down. You know, we can't keep getting away with it, and teams below us are starting to win. And I can't see us getting a win anywhere. I really can't. And like we said, our running's getting even more bloody difficult. If anyone thinks we're going to go to Birmingham and win, I think you're absolutely crazy. Then it's Leeds next, and I think West Brom after that, and I can't see us winning anything there. So I think we're really, really in trouble. And like I said, it don't matter you bloody get in. This team's in a real terrible state. Half the players don't care. I was giving them a bit of abuse at the end. Some fans were clapping. Fair play to you. I weren't bloody clapping them. I was saying to you, I wish I could get paid at work for doing 45 minutes work, because that's all they bloody do week in, week out. And, you know, players like Asprilla, I hope he leaves the end of the season, because he shouldn't stay at this club, because I'm afraid it's going to ruin his career, and I hope he gets a move very soon, because this isn't a football team at the moment. It's not a club. It's nothing to be proud of at the moment, but I'm going to stop there.
Oh, Tom, what do you reckon, mate?
Do another one bites the dust. Well, no, well that is it. That's true. But I actually thought we should have killed the game off before they got their penalty.
Mm.
People, I do genuinely think I'm not defending Batman, because it was stupid challenge. But if he doesn't make the challenge, they probably score anyway. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But you know, it's calamitous. But Ben Hamer's no better, is he? He's no better. Point is, we haven't got a good enough squad that can play that. But look, we played really well in the first half. We did. We played really well. It's the best we played in a long time. But when you've not won 2 out of your last 14, we had no home wins since the 28th of November. I think that's the date. It was Norwich, weren't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
And
one team
the
in yellow derby.
Yeah. And the fact that despite being mid-table, we're closer to the relegation zone than we are to the playoffs, questions have to be asked. I want the Potsdam's gone for the constant sacking of managers, but I'm not going to disagree with this one. He had to go in the end. Backed him a long way. I think most of us tried to. But if this was last season, he would have been gone in October.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, a certain manager who wanks off dogs down up the M1 got sacked after 10 games.
He got sacked for wanking off dogs. That's probably why.
Should have gone to Battersea.
Call the RSPCC. Do. No, but seriously, he had to go. He had to go. But, and I had a look at the table, and apart from Birmingham next week, and Middlesbrough, who are around the same position below us, I think a place below us, I can't remember. And apart from Coventry and Cardiff, the rest of our remaining opponents are in the top half of the table. And that don't look good. Bear in mind, I don't think we'll go down, but say we did, there'd be some cracking away days, wouldn't there?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Northampton, Cambridge, Leighton Orient, Charlton, possibly Mansfield. If they'll probably go, they look like they're going to go up. But no, we don't. I don't think we'll go down. I think we'll be all right. But
Yeah,
this run of form is just not acceptable. It's no home wins since November. It's to quote my favourite catchphrase, it's a load of bollocks. Over to you, Canadian.
I think the thing for me is like, if this wasn't Watford, at any other club, you would have expected a manager with this run to be sacked by now. Right? It's just been such a poor run of form. And I think for me, I was saying to Pidge before we came on, I honestly thought he should have gone maybe 2 games ago. But it's kind of ironic, though. I mean, like you say, it was a great start yesterday. But what, when he was appointed, I wasn't
Sorry.
sorry. Because, okay, Tom. It was like, for me, my mate who's the Baggies fan, he didn't speak highly of Val at all. And what gets me is our owners, how great at depth do they go to scouting the next manager? What levels do they go to? Because we've had a horrendous turnover, like 22, like Dino said, which is just, it is embarrassing. And you get a guy like Val in, and the rumour out of West Bromwich was started good and then started to lose the plot, no plan B, and then really started to have one-on-one issues with the players, which seems similar to what's happened here. But for me now, it's I've said it many times, I'm very grateful for what our owners have done for the infrastructure of the club. But the those have been just so bad the last 3 seasons or so. And obviously this time round, out in the Observer that Val was in charge in January. So there was a change in the shift of the owners, but no, bad time. I wish Tom Cleverley all the best. I really do. Because we're not safe yet. Like Tom just said, our last 9 games are all against decent sides around us and many above us. And with the lack of confidence in the squad, if we go any of those games, go down a goal early, I don't think there's the fight in that club. And it's so funny, living in Canada, we get to see all the Premiership games live, right? So I've seen, and I don't make you laugh, but I've seen a lot of Luton Town this year. And I know everyone has them, right? But seriously, the fight in their players, like yesterday when they scored last minute, the fight in their players, it's like their club's going in one direction and our club's going in the other. And it's unbelievable. And I just don't know where we're going to go. I just don't think we're safe yet. I know the only blessing compared to some at the bottom is the goal difference. But other than that, we're in, we got to, we need at least another 5 points to be safe, I think. I really do. And Division 1 would be a bloody disaster because it's less attractive for any potential buyers. Tough. It's so ironic because literally we were just months ago saying how much better it had been this season. It was so enjoyable. And I don't know what's gone on behind the scenes, but this has gone from being a really good season, which it was when I come over in November, brilliant times, really good times. And since Christmas, it's been in the pan. So anyway, over to you, Moose.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry, mate. I'll get you moves. I'll get straight into you in a minute, mate. Val sacking was coming. This from Daniel, but we did not. But we did not, when it would happen, get behind Cleverley. Woody saying Georgie was frightening that midfield and defence in the first half. By is not the same player. We said this at half time, but as soon as he came off, our attacking impetus completely went out the window, and they had to completely change how we were playing and sort of bringing players to fit that system. It just didn't work. I think a lot of that was down to unfortunate injury by Dave. I think if he stayed on, I do believe that we would have got a result from that. But yeah, it just transpires that obviously he didn't. Results-wise, I can understand why people say it's the right time to go. I completely agree with Tom. If it was last season with a better squad, he would have definitely gone. I do think last season we had top 2 squad, but bottom 3 mentality. I think the mentality was absolutely shocking last season. I think he started to creep in this season with Val. I backed him and I said, you know, if we did keep him, give him a budget next season with whatever's available. But I can't really argue with the dismissal. But the only problem is, though, in hindsight, it's a wonderful thing. But at the time where he got given the 5-year deal, I thought, okay, he's trying to build something. Let's give him time. And now we've had to fork out some more compensation for another manager. Apparently, what I've heard, and this is not official, and I'm not making out like some people do, oh, I know people, I know what's going on, but apparently so. They don't have to pay his full contract up. It's only for that particular season. Someone told me, I'm not saying, oh, an insider at the club. I was looking on Twitter. So it's not really, you know, and someone told me in private message on Twitter that's what they heard. But whether or not it's true, it's another thing. But yeah, in terms of the game, I said this Wednesday to Dino. He was watching it. Obviously, I was watching it live at work on my phone. But it's all right us saying, and it's completely valid, okay, we improved second half, which was true on Wednesday. And we were excellent for the first half yesterday, and like you said, Moves, it's one of the best attacking displays we've seen for ages. But the problem is, though, we're not doing it for 90 minutes, and this is what's happening. And once we conceded the goal, our heads dropped. Then the complete momentum just got completely kicked out of the wind, got completely kicked out of our sails, and then it was all commentary after that. And things, they haven't got any household names, but they play to a system. They've got a coach that's been there a number of years now. And they play a certain way, and they play for the manager. And once again, we make teams look like bloody Barcelona whenever they turn up at Vicarage Road. Thing is, I'm more confident. I said this to Dino on the way back. We're at Birmingham away, you know, at the weekend. I'm actually more confident in getting a result at Birmingham than I am at Vicarage Road at the moment, which is really, really sad. But it's just the way it is at this point in time. But I'll tell you what. Fair play to Clevs for taking this on. One thing I would say is I'm really, really sad to hear that Omar's gone. He put it up on his Twitter that he's had 6 fantastic years here and he wishes the club all the best. I've got plenty of people who've had the pleasure of talking to him. We've had him on the pod as well. Very knowledgeable guy, really, really nice guy. He said hello to us during a training, doing the kickabout and everything when I had the side seat from Stan the Man. He lent us the ticket for Boxing Day and he came over and had a quick word. Lovely, lovely bloke, and I wish him all the best. I thought it's a shame that he couldn't be kept on in some capacity, but whatever Omar does, I wish him all the best because I think he deserves a break. And yeah, but boys as well. Hang on, just a couple more before we go. Woody says, just look how empty it was yesterday. Halsey, let's hope for free fall if we stay up doesn't continue next season. I agree with Tom. I don't think we'll go down. I think either two more wins will definitely keep us up. 110%, and then we've just got to really build this next season, and I really do hope it works out for Clebs because I do think he's a very good up and coming coach. And what we need to do is get an experienced guy alongside him. I know people are talking about Troy and Robbo, 110% Robbo all day long. Get Robbo back here. I'd have someone, and people slag me off for this, but I would honestly, and someone else has said this, I'd have someone like Kenny Jackett working alongside him. Someone experienced around. I mean, he's not the greatest of managers. I get that, but the guy's got experience. I'd have Jackett working alongside him as a number 2, just to guide Clevs for the time being. Taylor had it with Bertie Mee, and we had Birkinshaw with AD Boothroyd. You know, it can work. You need an experienced guy alongside Clevs. Clevs calls the shots, and he has someone experienced alongside him just to bounce off ideas and just to guide him. Because I mean, Clevs is going to have loads of ideas now. Fresh ideas, but there'll be some times where the experienced guy say, no, I don't think that's worked. Reel it in a little bit. Go like this. I think that'll work perfectly if we get someone in. I think Jackett will be brilliant for that. I really would. But yeah, a couple more before we get on, boys. I think Tom will do well for us. Where was Livermore yesterday as he tried? In that position didn't work. Yeah, true. He tried Bashira in that role. Yeah, Damo from the women's team ruled out through illness. That was for Livermore. But yeah, moving on with Clebs moves. I'll get to the other boys as well. We've got a few mutterings on Twitter that Deeney and Robbo people are touting as possible people that Clevs might bring in. Who do you want and who do you think might come in? And obviously, I'll put it to the boys as well.
It's going to be an interesting one, but I don't think anyone can rule out the return of Troy. I think that interview we done with the Do Not Scratch Your Eyes boys the other week sort of summed it up. Really, there was 2 people blocking it. Those 2 people have mysteriously left the club. Not Ismail, of course, but 2 people higher up the chain have gone, which makes you think, you know, will they, won't they? I'm just wondering if, you know, this whole thing with Klebs, which I will back him. I will back that boy because I loved him when he was on the pitch in the Watford shirt. I thought he was fantastic for us. I'm just wondering if Cleverley has said, "I'll do it till the end of the season," and then you go and find someone else. I don't know if I reckon he's probably saying, "I don't want to have a full-time managerial role yet. I want to carry on what I'm doing." I think because isn't he coaching the under-23s or something?
Yeah,
yeah,
he's definitely in the youth system, isn't he? He's doing really well, apparently.
Yeah, so yeah, it makes me think he'll probably want to go back to that for a bit, and then decide what he wants to do after. But I certainly wouldn't rule out Troy coming back. As for a couple of others, you know, maybe Kenny Jackett could come in. You know, I don't believe he's got a job at the minute. He could possibly help out. I know a few people have said it, and it kind of might work. Would Luther be willing to help out with Klebs? You know, they get on well.
Yeah.
You know, he could lend a hand for a bit, maybe.
Shooting coach, mate.
Yeah, shooting coach indeed. You know, it will be really interesting. It'd be good. It'd be good to see if Klebs is allowed to decide who he's going to bring in, or if the Pozzo's already said this is who you're going to get. Oh, actually, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, he's director of football at Gillingham. We ain't going to be able to get Jackett back.
No, that's a shame. If they offer a compensation package, they might, but it's a shame.
Yeah. So yeah, be an interesting one. But just quickly touch back on yesterday's game when Georgie got injured, or Dave, as a lot of us like to call him. You know, Vi done his sub, and I actually think he done the wrong sub because you wanted to keep that balance and keep the attacking going, like what Chektovadze was doing. There was one person who's been sat on that bench near enough every blinking week, and I think deserves a chance, and that was Tom Ince. Because technically, you could just put him on where Chektovadze was playing, and then you keep Dennis through the middle. Whereas you bring Dennis out to the wing, he don't want to know because he doesn't like playing there. And you could see in the second half there was a total unbalance. And then when he finally does put Tom Ince on, we suddenly come alive again. So stupid in my book from him. It's cost him his job, but yeah. But as for backroom staff for Klebs, yeah, like I say, just don't rule out the return of Deeney. That is all I'm going to say on that.
Dino?
Don't take this the wrong way, Moves, but me and Pidge, as you said, was Ince on the pitch because I didn't really reckon it weren't just him, but I didn't really recognise he was on. I'm not blaming him for the defeat. It was the whole squad, but I didn't. Yeah, honestly, I didn't realise he was on.
Yeah, he was only on for the last 5 minutes, so he didn't really have a chance to make an impact.
Yeah, get that.
Should have put Jack Greaves on.
Indeed, that as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dino.
I pretty much agree with everything Moves has said. You know, I would have liked Jackett. That's a good shout to come in. Yeah, it's hard. I wish Cleverley well. I hope he don't take it full time at the moment. I think he ain't got enough experience. I think having the under-23s is a very good way of learning. I think he should keep with that. Of course, come in and help us. You know, he's got nothing to lose, has he? We're not going to blame him if it goes completely wrong because it's not his fault at all. I would like the idea of Deeney in as well, just to come and help him, just to get, I don't know, a bit of respect in the changing rooms. Because if you can't respect them two, you won't respect anyone as a player. Because, you know, they've both been there, done it. They've done pretty well with Watford, Deeney and Cleverley, 2 great players. And I think both were captains, weren't they, if I remember rightly, for a little while, especially Deeney. And, you know, if you can't respect them as a player, you might as well just piss off out of our club. You know, you shouldn't be there. I don't particularly want Dennis there anymore. I don't think he's done anything great. He can go back to Forest, and there's Martin's proved to me he's not a team player, because I fully blame him for their goal where he didn't get back. People were saying who was blaming Lewis? He bloody weren't. If you were there, he was blaming Martins. He was throwing and they scored. He was fully going after Martins. And Martins was nowhere to be seen. So that tells me a lot about Martins as a player. He's not a team player and he just thinks about himself. So I'd get rid of him as well. And there's so many other players. Like Pidgeot said, maybe if we got the guts and Cleverley's allowed to bring some of these youngsters in. Like I said, Greaves, I only saw 10 minutes of him one game and he pressed the hell out of me, you know. Like, what's the worst going to happen? We're going to lose another game playing these bloody youngsters. So bloody what? And yeah, I don't know. I think Deeney. Someone said Gibbs. That's a good shout. Nigel Gibbs. That's a great shout. Another legend. Robbo would be a great shout. Another legend. Another brilliant player. You know, there's so many choices for Cleverley, but I wish him the best. I'll back him, but I don't want him taking the job full time. I think, like I said, the under-23s is a perfect opportunity for him to learn and then build up. So, but good luck to him.
Yeah, Tom, what do you reckon, mate? Who do you reckon he'll bring in? And like the boys are saying, you know, some of the youth team players might get a look in now. What do you reckon?
Fuck knows who's going to come in. Let's be honest. I'm sorry. I'm just telling it like it is.
Yeah.
We know who the obvious name is, but I don't want him back. Not after what he said about breaking legs and slagging us off, essentially. So I just can't get past. I can't get past that. Sorry, but we have been poor for a while before Des came back. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I hope what's his name gets a look in. Oh, set the academy player who scored against Blackpool.
Oh, Yomo.
Yeah, that's him. I couldn't think of his name.
Yeah.
But I'd pick him over fucking Rybich any day of the week. He's just a donkey. He's a donkey.
Yeah.
Doesn't offer anything. He's bought in, right? Let's be honest, right? He was bought in to offer that physicality, yeah? He's more like a little fucking pussycat. He's soft. He's soft.
Yeah. Gets barged off too easily.
Exactly. Yeah. He doesn't do the job he was brought in to do, which was to be physical. He can't. Oh yeah, but he can take a throw in when he's not paid to take throws. He's paid to be physical, hold the ball up, and score goals. We're not expecting him to bang 20 goals a season, but just do your job when you're on the pitch, and he ain't doing it. Some people might give me stick for this, but Esprit has been poor for a while. Why is no one criticising Esprit? He's been poor for ages.
Yeah, I had a bit. Tom, to be honest with you, sorry mate, just to jump in, I actually criticised Esprit a couple of weeks ago. I even criticised him last week after Millwall. You know, it was his fault for the Millwall goal. You stand in a two-man wall and you turn your back and let the ball go past you. You know, stand up. You stand up and face it up. You take a whack in the face. You just get back up and get on with it. But he didn't. Yeah. He just let it go through.
Yeah. Here's the question to Mr. Cusack if he's watching. Why didn't you criticise him for that? Why did you keep blaming Livermore?
Too right. I
haven't seen him yet, but it's noted. Definitely, Darren. So sorry, Tom. You finished, mate. Is that all? Or...
to be honest with you.
We might need a couple of hours.
It's a pod in itself.
I hope Klebs can manage us one day, but I don't want him to manage us in the current climate of this hiring and firing. I don't want him to be exposed to that. One day, yes. One day.
Yeah.
Someone earlier mentioned on, I can't remember where I saw it, but someone mentioned Wayne Rooney. Here's my answer to that. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Him, Lampard and Gerrard. No bloody way.
Cool. I'll take Gerrard. I'll take Gerrard. No. It's one thing I see when he was at Rangers. And I watched Scottish football.
He was lucky not to get sacked before the COVID thing because they said it was COVID that saved him. The actual COVID thing. Yeah, after, but they said he would have got sacked before the COVID thing. They said as soon as they cancelled the season, he was on the verge of getting sacked. Apparently,
no, he weren't. That's bollocks. That's bollocks.
I don't want him at thing. Jesus,
I'd rather him than Lampard.
He's the worst of. He's the better of the two, and they're both poor.
Having said that, Lampard did take Derby to a playoff final in his first year.
Yeah, but he took them from fifth to sixth. You know.
And to be fair, Lampard, he might have taken Chelsea from third to fourth, but he got them into the top four without signing a single player because they were under a transfer embargo.
Yeah, then when he did sign a player, he got sacked, didn't he?
On top of selling your best player in Eden Hazard.
Yeah, but then he brought in players, didn't he?
His first season, he didn't do a bad job at Chelsea.
Yeah. But the thing is, with the Rooney ring, sorry, mate, the Rooney thing, I mean, it was Rossini that was behind that. It wasn't Rooney that was dictating it. They reckon Rossini was. And look how good he's doing at Hull now.
Mm.
Look what Rooney's doing.
I'm glad I'm not going to the Hull game. So I'm choosing the Milan derby over Hull at home.
Oh, enjoy.
Yeah,
that's on my bucket list.
Yeah, I'm going to Milan derby that weekend, so I'm glad I'm missing a game.
No, that's not a bad game to miss. I think we'll let you off for that one.
Yeah.
Darren?
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, mate. No, is that all? Sorry, mate. I've interrupted you again. Is that all?
No, that's finished. I'm done. Carry on.
For me, yeah, it's a tough one who they're going to bring in with him. I don't know. You know, there's all the emotions about ex-players and stuff. I do like the shout of Gibbsy. I think that's a pretty decent one. I don't know. Right now, it's just a strange feeling around the whole club for me. I mean, I know I'm the other side of the pond, but it's bad appointment after bad appointment to me. I mean, you look back and you know, Hodgson was horrible as an appointment. And who are these people making these decisions? And how do they keep their jobs? And the whole world of professional football, Jesus, it must be nice to be a manager, to have no plan B, to get a lovely big package, be shit, get sacked, get picked up 6 months later by another club. I'm sure all of us wouldn't mind some of those salaries because it's so out of context with the modern world. And yeah, but going back to Tom Cleverley, I genuinely all the best. I think I think it might have been Dino was saying, or Moose, it's all about whether he actually has the say who he brings in, or whether somebody else is saying who he's going to coach, and that's the big part of it, right? But I hope they get that right. And as I say, 5-6 points is what we definitely need now. And I do agree with what you were saying there, Pidge. I think I've got more. I feel more confident about Birmingham, or before the game yesterday, I felt more confident about going to Birmingham than yesterday's game before we kicked the ball. It was just it's just terrible now. So back to you, mate.
No, I agree with thing, and I can see where Tom's coming from as well, mate. Because we need to sort this out quickly. I think I'll finish with this. Like, I know we can't get him. I'd have Jackett as his experienced assistant. I'll get Gibbo in, and I'll get Robbo. Gibbo's a fantastic coach, and so is Robbo. They've got experience of coaching in certain systems. I think that would be perfect for Klebs. But I think Klebs will bring. He may bring Deeney in. Look, if Deeney comes back, I'll back him. But a personal opinion, I don't want him back. Club legend, he done fantastic when he was playing for us. But like Tom, I completely agree with what Tom was saying. You know, what he said about the club sort of tarnished it for me. I still acknowledge what he done for the club, and he was fantastic playing for us. But yeah, not as a coach, mate. Not yet. Anyway, he's got to prove himself. As far as I'm concerned, and like I say, Klebs decides not to take it. He doesn't, but like you said, boys, you know, he's got nothing to lose, and I think he'll probably get enough points to stay up, and then start playing some of the kids. You know, one or two. I'm not asking for 5 or 6. 1 or 2. You've got. I mean, I was trying to look for his name. That's the only reason I got. You've got George Abbott's another very good player. Coyne, I've said for ages. Gruzy, 110%'s got to play, and then Yemo. And then when Shaq's back next season as well, give Ford a go. Christophe Philpott, the French internationals on. By the way, Tom as well. Vince O'Malley. Get Vinny in.
Do you know what? I'm not even going to say anything. Because I
Get
think
Rooney,
Tom,
Rooney.
Dick and Harry now.
if
Yeah,
it's
just get
watching,
him in.
I ain't gonna say nothing. My impression of Vince is not too bad, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna.
No, because if you give that impression and ring up the club with doing your impression, they might think it's him and then employ him.
Oh, that's the perfect prank.
You know we're fucking rumbled because someone's go grass us now. Then we concocted this on
Let's
live.
just hope no one at the club is watching. Oh, I could do a better job.
Apparently from some little wet wipes at the club, apparently no one watches this, so you know we're probably safe then, mate. If that's true.
For fuck's sake!
Right, yeah, he's definitely getting a job. Chris, make sure that happens, mate, as well, please. Get Vinny in as a coach.
I'll tell you what, there is one manager who's available, who's an ex-player, who would kick some backsides. John Eustace.
Yeah, 100% John Eustace.
Eddie at Blackburn.
That's a fantastic shout.
Oh,
yeah,
he's
he's
at
at Blackburn, isn't he? Yeah, shit, he's at Blackburn.
Oh crap, he's gone Blackburn.
Yeah.
I don't.
Damn it, because that'd been a fantastic shout.
I wouldn't want him back here under this current ownership.
No, because he gets proper screwed.
Exactly. But I think he would give him a kick up the arse.
Definitely. I actually think he turned it down last summer before they got Ismail. I reckon he told because they said he was looking, and I reckon he probably actually said, you know what, ain't gonna do it. Give it to someone else, and then they gave it to Ismail.
No, I was behind Ismail, and I thought we should have kept him and given him a budget, but I can see why we sacked him. So I'd be happily to say that. You know, I was happy when he got the contract extension. Look, in hindsight now, it was a pathetic and stupid thing to do. But at the time, I thought, and I backed it, and I said that, you know, he's trying to build something here. We need to give a manager time. We need to do all the things that we've been begging the club to do. But yeah, I mean, he's Neil Warnock. Phil Potts said,
no, just no.
Why don't him as the experienced head alongside Kleb? So he doesn't run the club. Kleb's the manager, but have Warnock as the one to guide him.
He could do that.
It's worse people we can get, because obviously we can't get Jacket, can we?
That's a ton of experience.
Yeah, he's not going to manage. You just use him as but someone to bounce ideas off him. And the guy, how many years of experience has Warnock got?
Yeah, tons.
I mean, he's nearly dead. So,
so was Hodgson.
So is Hodgson, nearly.
Yeah. But what I want to know is, I'd love to know, and I don't know. I'd love to see the actual FA coaching manual, because I think there's a book and it's called Plan A, and they haven't fucking written Plan B yet. Because whoever goes through that system never seems to have a Plan B. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You know, like I said before, two players who had a Plan B or a C were obviously the great Graham Taylor, and then I always get it wrong. Jukanovic, I always get his name wrong. I apologise.
Slav.
Yeah,
Slav. Just Slav.
Yeah.
He comes from Serbia. He'll fucking murder you.
Until we pissed him off singing that song enough times on the terraces.
Brilliant. I love that.
Results.
Yeah, he got results. Keep singing it. Sorry, Darren.
No, it's all right. He had a Plan B and a Plan C, and so many of these managers, not just at Watford, so many of them seem to be so clueless when you get an unexpected injury or you go a goal down. They seem to lose the plot with so many of them with poor formation, poor substitutions. It just amazes me. Like I say, it's compared to the real world where we all have to go and get up for work on a Monday morning. These guys live in a cuckoo land that pays them very handsomely, and I would say 95% of them show a real lack of wisdom and experience. Honestly, I guess they're like a great striker. They're gold dust, right? Because so many of them don't do it well.
Yeah, Dino, mate. Before we get on to the festivities.
Yeah, I'm surprised Tom Ince ain't come in. That was a worry, weren't it? He always follows
Paul
his
Ince.
son, don't he?
Paul Ince.
Paul Ince, sorry.
Orange has been
Paul
appointed.
Ince. Well, Tom Ince there. I ain't seen him either. I ain't seen
I'm
Tom
just
Ince
surprised.
either. Yeah,
Thank fuck we didn't get Paul Ince.
Someone just mentioned a good shout there. Get Brufroyd back.
Fuck
That's
off.
Woody.
It's Woody. That's Woody up to his
Oh,
old.
I fuck off.
Fuck
I would.
off.
Bloody hell. At least
Brufroyd.
I was entertained under Brufroyd. You must be joking.
What hoofball?
Piss off.
He
What, when
went-
we
he
got
went- he went-
promoted, that weren't hoopball. I don't know. You were watching that season, boy. That weren't hoopball.
I mean, to be honest, it was almost.
Some
It
of the
was.
football we-
It was hoofball under Buford, but it worked. What I agree. I see what
It
Dino's
worked.
coming back.
It worked for
His
the
tactics
players.
worked for that season. Sorry, mate. Go on.
I'm gonna say,
Yeah,
I've
no,
got to go.
I'd take Brufroyd.
Sorry.
Go
Go,
on,
Tom.
Tom.
Sorry, I'm done. I was just saying that.
So I have to go because my battery's going. But I don't think it matters who you get in. We could get Big Slab for all we know. But you've got to have the players with the right mentality and willing to play under the system. And if you haven't got that, it doesn't matter what you try, you're going to be fucked.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, that's what I said. My battery's on 10%.
No.
I'm going to
Cheers,
piss
Tom.
off.
Thank you very much,
But
mate.
thanks for having us. And,
No, pleasure, mate. Pleasure.
See you,
and
mate.
bonnet de douche.
Viva la France, as they say in Rome.
Yeah.
Right, well said, Tom. That's what it's all about. No, absolutely, Halsey. It's good. And yeah, I see where Dino's coming from because he got results. It was direct. I mean, it was more direct. I mean, Taylor got slaughtered for his direct thing, but Buford was on another level. But it seemed to have worked in the Championship. That's the one thing I would say. It did work. It didn't work in the Prem because people found it out very quickly. But in the Championship, for most part, it worked. What really undone him was one, Birkinshaw left, and two, he tried to change his principles to a passing game. And Buford, it didn't work under Buford. But hey ho, right? Moobs. Let's get on to the news, mate. It's got to happen.
It has. Yeah, I think it
Ready?
does. Yep. Yes, hello people. News, more news. Yes, you need to buy a paper for this one because it's worthy of a paper article. A few this week, I'll tell you. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll start with non-league before I get to the girls because there's some big ones coming up for the girls this week. But more on that very shortly. We say sack a manager. Well, I'll tell you what, there's been Hertfordshire's had 2 in the space of a week. Because that's right, people. The big news in the non-league was revealed on, I think it was possibly Wednesday. Hemel Town parted ways with Bradley Quinton. Absolutely shocked. Brad was a great guy. I will go on record as saying that because he was absolutely brilliant. Unfortunately, he left his position with the club line about 15th in the National League South after a bit of a disastrous run, but hampered by a lot of injuries. Brad, I just want to say thank you for everything you've done over the last year or so. It's been great. You're a great guy, and I seriously wish you all the best. And I hope you come back next season with another club. You are absolutely brilliant. But moving swiftly on, if you're a Hemel fan like me, it just does not get any better. It's trying to work out the difference between Watford and Hemel. There's not a lot in it. Because yesterday Hemel went down to the seaside. They went to Eastbourne to see some old grannies. Well, I think they were playing like old grannies. Because yet again, they slipped to another defeat. Yes, they lost by 1-0, which leaves them slipping down the table even more now because it's now getting worrying that they could get pulled into a relegation scrap, something that they should not be doing because they got the players to be a bit like Watford, should be higher up the table, quite frankly. They should be a lot blinking higher up the table. But they're not, and they're in the position they're in because they've been playing not great. So lots of games coming up in non-league. Keep an eye out for them. There's going to be plenty going on. I haven't had much time to do much non-league research today because it's all been a bit chaotic. Been trying to keep up with all the news with what's going on. South Park Thrash Hartley Whitney at Fortress South Park 6-2. Well done. Was that looks like a tennis score? Was there's a few serves, a couple of aces, maybe a few volleys. Might have been a few reviews as well, possibly. Oh, cheers. I'm guessing that's how. Yeah, thanks, Halsey. I've got the stream on tonight, so I know who's saying what, cheeky sod. Yeah, I thought I'd just have a bit of a change of look. You know, looks good, don't it? Bit like Jimmy Hill. Jimmy Hill. It's nice. Yes, it is nice. So, moving away from non-league, don't forget to check out. Also, don't forget to check out your local non-league team. So remember, if the Golden Boys aren't in action, go and watch them. Especially what I'm going to do. I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you a quick heads up because Easter's around the corner, literally right around the corner. And I'll tell you what, double header if you're a Hemel and a Hornets fan, Hemel Town fan, because on Good Friday they're going to play at home at 3:00 against Averley Town, who come from Essex, Thurrock way. Essex, love it. They're going to play them at 3:00, and then at 8:00 Watford play at home to Leeds. There you go, double header. I'm doing it. Come and join us. It's going to be a fun day out, that's for sure. Not much drinking because there's no trains that day. God damn you, bloody Network Rail. Like I say, moving swiftly on with that one. Big week for the girls coming up this week. They are back in action at long blinking last after last week's postponement at home to Charlton Athletic. That date has now been rearranged for the second week in April. It's a Sunday. If you have already purchased a ticket for that Charlton game, and you hang on to it, because if you can make the date, the ticket will. If you make the rearranged date, the ticket is still valid. But if you can't, get in touch with the ticket office and they will sort out a refund and everything. But yeah, big week this week for the girls. They are out on the road Wednesday night. This is a huge one Wednesday, and there's another one coming up next Sunday. But Wednesday night, 7:45, I believe, is the kickoff. They travel to Sheffield United at Bramall Lane. Now, this game has been rearranged because Sky decided to get involved with messing fixtures up for no unapparent reason. So this is a rearranged fixture for them. So if anyone can get up there, any Hornets, if you live in like the Midlands, Yorkshire Hornets, Sheffield Hornets, anyone around that area, if you're free on Wednesday night, get down to Bramall Lane. The tickets are available on I believe it's on Sheffield United's website. Go and buy them from there. There are a few Hornets already going. One or two are travelling up from this way, down south. A couple of others live a lot closer, so they're going. So if you want to go, please go. But if you can't make it, it is also live on the FA Player, so you can watch it if you can't get there. So FA Player 7:45, and also 7:45 at Bramall Lane as well. Please, honestly, go down there and support them. But next Sunday, sticking with the girls, next Sunday we go down to the seaside. Yes, we are going down to Lewes FC. This is the huge one. This is the 6-pointer. It's the battle of the bottom two. With the league now so tight, it could be any one of 6 teams that could go down. It's got pretty much like the Championship. It's pretty much got like the National League South and the men. Honestly, the bottom half of the league has got so tight. To put it in perspective for you, Reading are now on 18 points and they're in 7th spot. We're on 12 and in 12th spot. That is how tight it is. So if anyone on the South Coast or near and around the South Coast or wants or fancies a road trip next weekend, Lewes FC, just outside of Brighton, the Dripping Pan is the stadium name. Go on to Lewes FC website, buy a ticket, come down. There's going to be plenty of us down there, so you won't be alone. You won't feel, like everyone's like looking at you thinking, who the hell are this lot turning up? Because trust me, we're going down there to make some goddamn noise. And if they don't like it, well, they can shove it as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, come down and join us. Come down and roar the girls on, because it is a massive 6-pointer. If Watford can possibly get maybe 4 to 6 points from these next 2 games, it really sets it up for a grandstand finish to the season, because it is going to be an absolute ding-dong of an affair, because everyone's going to be taking points off each other. People are going to slide down the table, move up the table. It is crucial. So come on down, come and support the girls. We've got the whole one club culture. Let's keep that. you know, really, really get behind them. And trust me, the girls appreciate all the support they get. So if you go on Wednesday, they will seriously be chuffed to see people, because right now, just be warned, yes, Woody, we were given a heads up on that. If you are travelling possibly from the Hertfordshire area, you might find a bit of a diversion. Check your sat navs and Google Maps and everything else for possible alternative routes for Lewis. That's a bit of a kick in the nuts, by the way, if you're thinking of driving, me included in that one. But yeah, honestly, please come down and join us. Come and make some noise. Roar the girls on. Let's be that 12. Let's be the 12th fan. Let's be the 12th person, and really, really help them, because Lewis won't know what's hit them. And also, one other thing, if you haven't already seen it, Easter Sunday, the girls are back at the Vic. Yes, that's right. They are going to be taking on Sunderland Women. A 2 o'clock kickoff. Seats are available in the lower Graham Taylor stand. As always, when you book tickets for a home game, if you're a season ticket holder, you get a discount as soon as you put your fan ID in. So it's not £7, it'll be down to £3.50. And also on this one, kids go free. Yes, that's right. Kids go free. You've not misheard me say that. The kids go for free. It's Easter Sunday. They're doing it. I'll tell you, it's a brilliant gesture for them. So honestly, please come down to the Vic as well on Easter Sunday. It is going to be absolutely brilliant. And as always, like I say it every week, the girls appreciate all the support they get, home and away. They absolutely love it, especially when we're roaring them on. So please come and join us. Come and have a good laugh, because when we go, we do have a damn good laugh as well. And that's it.
Yeah, definitely. You can get down in, was it 3 weeks' time or so, the game? 3 weeks today?
Yeah, Easter Sunday. So yeah, if it's about 2-3 weeks away.
Yeah,
like
definitely, mate. So that should be a cracking game, definitely, mate. So I'll posted some details up, but look on the women's supporters forum as well. So both forums will be posting details of ticket news, so you won't miss it. Direct links and all that. So Darren, mate, I saw you drinking once again. You're drunk all the way through the pod, mate. So we need to find out what you're drinking, fella. You ready?
Absolutely. Well, it's afternoon from me because it's almost 3 o'clock here. Our clocks changed last night, actually, so we're already into the summer season. I'm not sure if I shared this a few weeks back or not. I've got a beer and a wine. So first off is this 5 of Diamonds Pilsner from a local brewery here in Calgary. Really, really tasty beer, actually. This is becoming a new favourite. 5 of Diamonds. It's absolutely delicious. And then this rather nice red. I don't know if you can get this in Britain. It's Josh from California. Really good Cabernet Sauvignon. Really nice red, actually. So, yeah, would recommend this red for anyone. I'm glad it puts it. I've got enough hairs on the chest, but they're grey. So. Cheers.
Nice.
Oh, something was coming.
Oh, I loved it, really. Yeah, so we'll see. Yeah, see you next week, boys and girls. Same time, we'll get all your topics through next week. Obviously, it was no point throwing out a topic thread this week because it pretty much writ itself for obvious reasons. So yeah, just yeah, we'll see you next week. But massive thank you as always. I'll be posting it on the Twitch site and also the TMA forum. I'll post up all the reruns of the pod, so I'll post it up there as well. So if you want to see any of them, head on over to TaylorMade Army TV on YouTube as well. Dino, mate, do you want any final words or anything just before we go? Or you're right? You're in your
no, I'm good.
Menu.
He's looking at trying to order from Just Eat, isn't he? Oh, mine's a curry. Cheers, boys. Yeah, as always, you've been beautiful women, TMA. It's good night from the Dino.
It's good night from Moobs.
It's good night from Darren.
Good night from Lepage.